Tea Podcast, your go-to place for teas and chats. I'm your host Emma, and I am joined today across a large expanse of water with Miss Rebecca Felgate. Hello, Becca.
Hello, what an introduction. What a time to be alive. From my isolation pod to yours.
Yes, from one isolated residence to another. Good day to you. Oh my goodness.
Good day.
But at least we still have tea.
At least we, oh my, I don't know what I would do without it. And actually, I will say, I work from home anyway, so like, other than fun to be had in the evening, life isn't that different. But I'm drinking far more tea than I previously was when I was working at home, and I don't know why.
Oh, absolutely. It's like tea on tap for me right now. I find that, so the judgment that sometimes comes across from, are you getting up again? That you might get in an office when you go to make like your fifth tea before midday.
Yeah.
It's been lifted. It's like, oh, I can just, and also I've got my teapots here, so I can just have like a pot of tea next to me. So if my cup draineth dry, I can just top her up again. It's like a bizarre addiction.
I like that. Devastatingly, I don't have a tea pot here. I know I used to have several when I lived in England. One looked like a cake, which I was pretty fond of, but I don't have one in Canada.
Oh no. Oh,
I know.
We must rectify this. Becca, I
know, right? You will be pleased to know, though, I have a tea cup that I'm drinking from that has a saucer with it, and it says Queen on it. So right. I might not have a teapot, but I have a very regal teacup.
Rightly so. When me and Becca worked at Hamleys in London, Becca would perform as the Queen in the toy shop.
Oh, yes.
As the Queen of Hamleys. It was glorious. So this makes much sense to me.
Well, my friend Hayley bought me this. I didn't buy it for myself. I'm not sure if you can buy things that say Queen for yourself. I mean, you can, but it's a bold personal statement. But I think you can receive gifts that imply that you may in fact be regal. So thank you to my friend Hayley for this lovely, lovely teacup.
You certainly can, yes. Viva la Hayley. So a bit of Becca background. If you do not know Becca, Becca is living in Canada right now, but is from the UK and currently living the lockdown dream, as we all are, I presume. Yeah. How would you describe what you do? Because Becca's a very fun person to look at online, social media platforms.
Well, I would explain myself as being a social media influencer, but that term makes me want to be sick in my own mouth. So I would say I am a digital content creator.
I like it. Yes. And I'll put some links to what Becca does underneath this podcast in the description. But you definitely need to check out her video on YouTube about being basic in quarantine, because that cracked me right up. And I know I'm biased because I'm very, very fond of you, but it was very funny.
Well, I was poking loving fun at Instagram and the way everyone has been reacting to the current situation. Obviously, I spend a lot of my time on Instagram being an Instagrammer, but that doesn't mean I don't find it ridiculous, especially when people all start wearing pillows as dresses.
I didn't know that was a thing. And then I was looking at you, I was like, oh, it's pretty good. I do use the woman's comfortable and stylish. So
fashion.
But I definitely feel like you could watch that video and play a kind of bingo or like get points. I definitely got some points watching it. I have made banana bread. It was delicious. Good. I regret nothing.
To be honest, if you haven't made banana bread in quarantine, what are you even doing?
Are you even in lockdown? Every now and then I think that to myself, like, are you even in lockdown if you haven't done this? I picked up for Christmas, I asked Jack to get me this book to help me learn Japanese. I was like, yes, I shall learn it every day. I shall pick up this book and learn Japanese. And it's April. I hadn't picked it up once. And I sat outside the other day and I learned how to count to 10 in Japanese. And I was like, are you even in lockdown if you don't try and learn another language? I mean.
Well, please give us a rendition of 1 to 10.
Oh, my God, the pressure. Okay. Ichi, ni, san, yon, go, roku. Oh, no, it's got stuck out to 6. Oh, no, the mind's gone that. Okay, she can count to 6 in Japanese.
1 to 6 is very ideal. And do you know the word for tea in Japanese?
For tea? No.
Emma.
I should. I know. You know what, this is to my shout. I think I said this many times on the podcast, I went all the way to Japan and did this woman do a tea ceremony? No, she did not. And I'm going to have to go back purely to do that, I think. I also need to learn how to make matcha. There's this really cool thing online on Instagram where people are doing matcha Mondays, and they're making really lovely matcha teas. And I have they have this little brush and they're frothing that matcha up, and it looks great. And I have no idea how to do this. So
I love matcha. It makes me feel more energized than a cup of coffee, and I live in a city and it's quite a trendy city drink, so if I'm in the business for lopping down $5 on a drink, I often get a matcha latte.
Oh, it's a good move. Yeah, it's really, really nice. It's very distinct. There's a lot of matcha ice cream out there, which was really yeah, green tea. But what tea are you drinking, Beckaroo? Do tell.
I am drinking, for my Regal cup, I'm drinking Royal Earl Grey, and I actually brought the packet over so I could give you a little description for the podcast. It's from Kenya, and it's a Regal blend of golden Kenyan teas, delicately flavoured with bergamot, orange, grown at high altitude for an uplifting cup.
Ooh. This is great. I wonder what is it that's making it royal? It must be the type of tea leaves.
Such a great question.
It must be that it's being served in a queen cup. It knew.
It knew. It also contains, at the back it says black tea, natural bergamot oil, mallow blossom, orange petals and cornflower petals.
Oh, that's where it is then. So I know you always have bergamot oil with an Earl Grey. And orange often features, but yeah, cornflower, not so much. That's a rarity. A rarity.
Yes, and it's by, the company's called Kericho Gold.
Kericho Gold. Here's to you, Kericho Gold. Becca, I must remember to get you to type that for me. So I can put it in the podcast description.
I will.
People can find it if they would like to try it.
Tell me what you're drinking.
Oh, so I've got a peppermint tea. We've not gone Regal or Royal at all. I've gone for your basic peppermint from Aldi. It's a Diplomat.
Lovely.
You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. You know, every single supermarket in the world, and in the current climate of, only being allowed to go to supermarkets, they're going to have peppermint and they're going to have chamomile, and you're going to be fine. So I've got myself a peppermint to kind of perk myself up because I had a coffee earlier, so my caffeine content for the day has been met. And I've got a bit of honey as well in there, because mint and honey is just like a lovely, lovely combination. And I'm drinking it out of my single teapot pourer, so it's like a little teapot that sits on top of a teacup, but many times I've used this on the podcast and spilt tea everywhere because I overfill the teapot bit. Will today be any different? I don't know. Did you remember no.
There we go. I also am a terrible spiller, so I feel you there.
The spilling is definitely going to happen, but I've decided I'm going to go online soon and buy some tea samples from some different companies. I've got a couple still in the cupboard that are on the list to review, but I want to get some new teas in my tea cupboard, some fodder for this podcast.
You must. One of the best gifts I ever received was from my lovely friend Ruth, who also lives out here in Canada, but it was when we were living back in England, and she sent me a selection box of Tea Pigs teas, and it had 2 each of, I think, 12 different flavours, and they had a delightful popcorn tea that I really liked.
Oh, that sounds lovely. I do like a Tea Pigs as well. I haven't reviewed one for this yet, or ever bought one in terms of a packet, but I've had them when I've been at a cafe before, and they're really good.
There we go. Potential.
Tea. So I'm going to attempt to pour this now, Beck. Now,
please.
Because of the internet connection, Becca can't see, so... Oh, yeah, there she goes. That's... Oh, okay, the spillage is not too much, people. We've got... Oh, no, here we go. Yeah, it's the small one. Okay, we're going to use the sleeve. We're going to use the sleeve technique. That's fine. It's okay. Jack's computer is nowhere near this time, so that's a better outcome than last time I spilled the tea.
I'm just going to refill my teacup with hot water. Give me 30 seconds.
Go for it. So off Becca goes, refilling her teacup. So while she's doing that, I'm going to explain what me and Becca are going to go do today. So in lockdown, there is a good tradition at the moment of people gathering on Zoom or other video call places and doing quizzes. I haven't prepared a full quiz, but I have found the equivalent of a tea round for a quiz. So me and Becca can have a go at answering these questions together as a team. I was tempted to make it slightly competitive. However, my track record of quizzes is not strong. So I think there's going to be a much happier outcome if me and Becca attempt to answer these questions together. And you can play along too and see if you've beaten me and Becca or not. So what fun we shall all have.
Oh, what fun we shall have. I'm so excited. Oh, yes, she is.
Did you hear that or did you?
I heard, I came back and you were saying that we're going to be doing a tea quiz.
Yes, so we are going to tea quiz. So I found one online. So it's like a pub quiz round and we've hit the tea section. And I was just saying, maybe Becca, we could be on the same team.
I think we ought to.
I think it's best because for someone who has a tea podcast, I have a lot to learn still. So this is quite handy as well. Hopefully I'm going to come out of this and be like, right, these are the things I now need to start researching and do some episodes on so that I can continue my mission on becoming a tea champion. Have I told you about this? There's an actual qualification called tea champion.
Amazing. I guess a bit like a sommelier, but for tea.
Exactly that. Yes, it is exactly that. You can do
actually
in London.
Emma, I will say, just to interject before we do our quiz, I've met a tea sommelier, and that's what they called themselves, and it was at the Empress Hotel in Victoria, Canada, which is widely known for its high tea. And we've talked about potentially doing a tea and cocktails collab in the future. And when we do, I'll tell you a little bit more about the tea at the Empress Hotel, because there's quite a lot of stories to be told there. But yes, tea sommelier thing. And that will be you.
And that will be me one day. I feel like it's my calling.
It is. It is.
So we'll get there. And also, I think you have to drink a lot of tea to do it. So I'm game. I am game. So, right, we haven't got pints. So not the true pub quiz, but we have got tea, which is great.
And I'm thinking we could put the tea in team.
That's our name. So please, if you're playing along, listening to this podcast, you obviously need to have a good name. Tea puns are welcome. We are the Tea and Team. The tea. I'm writing it down. No one else is going to look at this. I'm writing it anyway. Okay, question 1. There are 4 main types of tea: oolong, white, green, and black. Do they A, come from 4 different plants? B, come from one plant but are processed differently? C, are all caffeine-free? I think I know the answer to this one.
Well, I don't. They're not all caffeine free.
They're not all caffeine.
And I would say I don't know whether they come from different plants or the same plant. Do you?
I think they come from one, because whites. Okay, I might be very wrong a little bit here, but very wrong a little bit. But white is like the youngest tea, and then green is not oxidized, and oolong is semi-oxidized, and black is completely oxidized tea. So I presume they all come from the same plant.
Oh, you're a genius, and let's do it.
Let's find out. Click to see the correct answer. She's clicking. Come from one plant but are processed differently.
Well, I've learned something new.
To the Tea and Team. Hello. Yes, this has become an educational podcast. Wonderful.
It has.
Okay. This one I answered last fortnight, in the podcast I did with Emily Longmore about afternoon tea. So traditional English tea time isn't she a joy? She is wonderful. So traditional English tea time is between 10 a.m. and noon, between 5 and 8 p.m, or between 3 and 6 p.m.
Oh, we all know this. It's between 3 and 6.
Yes, certainly. This must be the answer. I'll be appalled if they say yes. Thank you very much.
There we go.
That would be 2 points to the Tea and Team. How are you all doing? If you're playing along with this, you're getting the answers right away. So you have to be very honest with your answers. Question 3. Tea leaves that are prepared by steaming and heating are white tea leaves, herbal tea leaves, or green tea leaves. Steaming and heating.
So can you repeat the entire question again for me?
Tea leaves that are prepared by steaming and heating are white tea leaves, herbal tea leaves, or green tea leaves.
I don't know anything, but my gut is saying white, but I don't know why. What do you think?
I think it's herbal.
Okay, let's go herbal. Oh yeah, because I guess you have to dry the herbs.
You do. You have to dry the herbs. And again, I feel like white tea leaves are like the younger green tea leaves. They're like okay. We're going herbal, but if I'm wrong, I shall never doubt you again, Becca.
Oh, please doubt me. I'm making it up as I go along. What?
It's green tea leaves.
Wow, what a wild card.
Oh, neither of us. Well, at least that stops, the falling out of the century that was bound.
If it hadn't happened in the, how many years have we been friends? Goodness me, 13 years of friendship, and we fell out over tea. Devastating.
Can you imagine? Oh, we have been friends for so long. Isn't that lovely?
I know.
So nice. Oh, okay. A famous fictional drinker of Earl Grey tea is A. Sherlock Holmes, B. Captain Picard, or C. Hercule Poirot of the Orient Express.
Oh, I think it's Poirot. Is that true?
Oh, she's disagreeing again.
Oh no, I don't know, because it could be Sherlock Holmes.
It's hard because he is known in Star Trek to say tea, Earl Grey, hot, whenever he orders a tea.
Oh, there you go. You know the answer. Okay, so I didn't know that Captain Picard was from Star Trek. I assumed that he was some kind of seafarer, and I was going to say he's got no business having tea. It's rum all the way, but I need to get up on my Star Wars, apparently.
Oh, my goodness, you must. It's Patrick Stewart.
Star Trek, you said, yeah. I was going to say, I know Star Wars pretty well. Oh, Patrick.
Good old Pat Stew. And please say, yes, Captain Picard is the answer. Thank you.
There we go.
That's appalling. Me and Jack have watched almost all of the Star Treks except for one series, which was boring. But the rest we watched. There's one that's not very, like, sci-fi. It's very strange. They're kind of a bit...
Well...
like our time.
Did you know that the new Star Trek is being filmed in Toronto?
Is it now? The new one with which one? The Picard.
But I don't know. But I know they film it in Toronto.
You must get on it and request a tea from Patrick Stewart.
I don't think he's here, but hopefully they've got a good stock of tea.
We would hope. We can hope. That's what's one of my favourite fun facts from a movie is the movie Aliens, I think. Great fact, Emma. They filmed it, so there's a lot of American people filming in Pinewood, and Sigourney Weaver would be there doing like this really intense emotional scene, and there's aliens and it's scary and stuff like that, and then the crew would just stop everything because the tea lady had come in and they have to have their tea break at set time.
Oh god, yeah.
They just
absolutely
and be like, time for tea, and she'd be like, what? No, I was crying here. And it's like, yeah, but biscuits. So
yeah, that's my favourite way to work. Like, work around food, food and tea.
Absolutely. Bribery all the way for my stomach, I think. So question 5. How are we all doing at home, everyone? Are you getting along well? So you can make ginger tea using A, fresh ginger roots, B, ground ginger powder, or C, either.
Oh, well, I would hope that people are using the roots.
Yeah.
And the powder seems counterintuitive to me, because how would you even get that in a tea bag? So I'm going to go root. Yeah,
I'm going to say root too, because like a powder, I mean, it would dissipate, it would dissolve quite well.
Yeah.
Let's go with roots. We're going with roots. Tea and team, going with roots. Either.
Oh, really? Well, powder. Okay, fine. I'm not gonna argue, but I've got some thoughts.
I mean, would you dare argue with welovequizzes.com? I don't know.
Oh, Emma, I would not. That is not an authority I wish to challenge.
No, thank you. I'm going to have to look up a ground ginger, because I have some ground ginger. So I'm going to look it up, not right now, but and find out how to make one, and I'll see if it's any good. I do like a fresh one with the roots.
Well, yeah, and that's better for you, I imagine. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but I feel better after consuming fresh ginger.
Absolutely. I always wonder with herbs and things, how much of them are the herbs and how much of is stuff added. Because I know Eleanor, the Hardings are a hot topic today. So Eleanor, Emily, who was on a fortnight ago, her sister.
Oh, I love Eleanor as well.
She's a joy.
Great. All of the Hardings.
All of them. They're just wonderful people. Eleanor can't, she struggles with gluten. And there was quite a few herbs and spices that she couldn't have because they pack it out with flour.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I remember that being a thing from times gone by. Question 6. In a formal tea service, a slop bowl, formal slop bowl, is used to A, discard tea bags and leaves, B, pour out the warming water from the teapot, or C, throw away disliked cookies and scones. Wow.
Well, no, it's obviously not cookies and scones. Let's get real here.
Nothing going in there. Goodness.
I don't think it's discarding either, because the leaves are in the pot, and you would just add in traditional tea, right? Leaves would be in the pot, so you'd add more water. So I say pouring out a bit of the pouring out one.
I think that's some good. What's the word where you?
Power of deduction.
Yes, good deduction. If Sherlock drank Earl Grey, that's what you do right now. Let's have a look. She's correct. You do pour out the warming water. That's why we needed to form a duo team.
Yes, I'm a sleuth.
Competition. A sleuth she is. Question 7. Darjeeling and Oolong blend brewed at high altitude is called...
Hey, mine's at high altitude. I wonder if I can cheat here.
Oh, okay. Elevation tea, Sherpa tea, or upland tea?
Elevation, and what's the second one?
Sherpa. I pray I'm doing that correctly.
I would say elevation, but if not, I guess the Sherpas make it.
I'd go with the elevation. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm going to show my ignorance to the world here. What is a Sherpa?
So a Sherpa, if you're going to climb like Mount Everest or Machu Picchu, for example, a Sherpa would be like a local person that you could pay to prepare your meals and carry your load.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay. Elevation. We'll go
elevation.
With. So, question 7. We're going with elevation tea. And the answer is elevation tea. Sherlock Earl Grey drinker strikes again.
Oh, yeah.
She's just on a roll. She's on a roll. I like it. Okay. People in the southern US have been drinking iced tea since the 1960s, before the Civil War, or the late 1870s.
I would say before the Civil War. Also, I've got a thought and opinion regarding North American iced tea that I'd like to interject with, if that's okay.
Please do. Please share.
So, once upon a time, I was on a megabus from New York to Toronto. It was after I just moved here and flights were pricey, so I got the bus. It's a 12-hour bus. Mm-hmm. I had very little American dollar on my person, and we stopped at a service station. And I didn't want the caffeine kick of a coffee, so I thought, I'll get an iced tea. That sounds lovely. Iced tea in the States simply is cold tea, whereas in the UK it would be like lemon and kind of sweet.
Yeah.
If you want if you want a pleasurable iced tea in North America, you have to call it sweet tea.
Oh. So they literally just gave you a cold cup of tea?
They did. It was over ice, yeah. So it was like an iced coffee, but without any sweetness or anything like that, right? Which I guess makes sense. But I guess it's because in the UK we've been marketed like Lipton's as iced tea.
Yeah, but... I thought that's the way I was. I thought, I know where this story is going. She's going to have had a sugar kick. But no, she's denied the sugar.
No, it was cold, bland tea.
Oh, well, that's good to know. If anyone's travelling to America soon, sweet tea.
I'm torn between. What?
Travelling anywhere, right?
Oh no, but like if you're listening to this in the future, because this has won a audio Grammy for the work that we've done here, and is I don't know what I'm saying. Yes, when you can travel again.
When you can travel again, you can go and get a sweet tea. You can stop yourself and go, what would Becca do? And then get So we're going for before the Civil War.
I think so.
Yeah,
if not, it's before the
80s. Sounds really. That sounds very. Did they have tea? Where does
well, before the Civil War was earlier than the 1870s, but there was some, Civil War was like, wasn't it? Civil War was like 1700s, wasn't it? Civil War US. I'm Googling it. I don't think that this isn't. So, Danny says 1860s.
Oh, wow. Okay. So it is earlier. So, hello, Danny.
I guess he overheard from the boudoir. What was the other answer? 1860s or
the late 1870s. So that's not much of a window.
Oh, that's so cheeky.
The 1960s, which is just crazy. Of course, they were drinking it before then.
Well, I don't know the answer to that, but I'm going to go Civil War.
Let's go before Civil War. The late 1870s. Curveball.
Well, fine. Fine. Thank you, quizmaster.com or wherever we're
quizzes.com. Oh, okay. When this I like when people give you a phonetical spelling, because I cannot pronounce half the things that I say on this podcast. So when you drink, she says phonetical. How do you say this now? Puer tea.
How do you spell that?
PU-ERH.
BU dash
Peter Peter.
Oh.
U.
PU-ERH. Pure.
Yeah.
Purity. Pure. I don't know. But I did have some fun.
That was a good time. God, if ever we can take samples from this podcast and create a reading, I think we've got a good section right there of me and you trying to say pure. So either you need to raise your pinky to look refined, B, pour it into your saucer and drink it down fast. This is a trick question. Or C, slurp it like a Klingon to enhance the flavour. There might be a reason.
I'd say you have to drink it quickly.
Drink it down fast.
I don't know why. Because it sounds like it's I don't know. That's what I'm drawn to. There's no reason though. What do you think?
Because if you were to raise your pinky to look refined with any beverage, if you're being that person, it doesn't have to be a specific tea. And slurping like a Klingon sounds like a joke.
It does indeed sound like a joke.
So pour it into your saucer and drink it down fast. Oh, it's slurp it like a Klingon to enhance the flavour. It's a Klingon tea.
That's kind of like yeah, I think they like Star Trek. I mean, they're mutual in the Venn diagram of interest. They have Star Trek and tea, and that's good. But I've never seen a Klingon drink a tea, so I wouldn't.
Oh,
well, there we go. The more you know.
I can't remember them. I know they drink a lot of blood wine.
Ooh,
sounds horrible. Okay, question 10. Japanese genmaicha is green tea brewed with A, roasted cacao beans, B, roasted brown rice, or C, toasted chestnuts. Oh, that sounds very nice, doesn't it?
It all sound really nice. You're going to have to go with whatever you think on this one. Don't know.
Oh, I think I'm torn between brown rice and toasted chestnuts.
Yeah, I don't think it's cacao because I don't think that grows in Japan. That's like a South American thing. Rice obviously does, but are we going to be tricked into saying rice because we just assume? Chestnuts, I don't know whether chestnuts grow in Japan or not.
Yes, they do because it's a filling in a few different foods.
Well then maybe they're trying to trick us by putting rice on there because we think, obviously rice, but perhaps it's chestnut. And also that sounds delicious.
Chestnuts, because I had this when we were in, which station were we in? We were in one of the food you can get in train stations in Japan is insane. It's so good. It's usually just supermarket worthy and all these independent makers. You can get a whole bento box to take on the train. It's great.
Oh yeah, that sounds lovely.
So nice. And we were walking around this one. It had a whole supermarket and they were giving out samples. And I bought this. It was in the shape of a fish. It wasn't a fish. It was in the shape of a fish. This sort of puff pastry thing. And in the middle was a sweet chestnut filling. Oh,
yum. Oh, I kind of feel like I know what you're talking about, right? So in Toronto, obviously, we have a kind of area of the city that's Japanese food orientated. And I had a fish filled with custard.
Oh,
a pastry fish.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, that'll be those. Yeah, in like a kind of waffle iron type thing.
I think it begins with an S or something, like whatever that is, like a sugoi. I don't know. Anyway.
I like it. Well, unfortunately, we were wrong. It was roasted brown rice. It was the obvious, apparently. Well, but this is it. We're learning.
We are learning.
Oh, we know this one. In fact, Becca, over to you. Earl Grey tea is flavoured with A, orange oil, B, oil of bergamot, or C, oil of cloves.
Bergamot, baby.
All the way. I love it. It's so good. Of course, it's correct. A tea, a poivre.
Of course.
A poivre. There's no nil poivre over here.
Never.
Thank you very much. Never again. Right. Genuine tea is made. I should know this, but I don't. Genuine tea is made from the leaves of the A, treaty bush, B, Camellia sinensis shrub, or C, green faux tea plant.
I think the middle one.
That sounds scientific.
Yeah.
If it's the tea tree bush, then science is having a joke.
No, because tea tree is like an oil, isn't it, that you use for skin?
Yeah, it's that kind of slightly minty, weird thing. It is. Yes, it is B, Camellia shrub.
Yes, multiple choice wins again.
Yes. Imagine if we couldn't have multiple choice. This would be very boring. So, chrysanthemum herbal tea is folk medicine most often used to A, ease headaches and reduce fever, B, soothe cold and flu symptoms, or C, settle your stomach.
Ooh, I think it's cold and flu. What do you think?
Yeah, I wouldn't say C because I would always drink peppermint to settle my stomach. Chrysanthemum, headaches, fever, or soothe cold and flu. Yeah, let's go with B. I hope you're all following along. We're on question 13 here, kids. So let's have a look. Ease headaches and reduce fever. Now, we may have got it wrong, but if we get a headache, we know what to do next.
Oh my gosh, something started playing. Sorry, a pop-up opened on my computer and then it started saying things.
Sorry. Yeah. Luckily, because we're wearing headphones right now, like proper podcasters, and so I did not hear. What was the pop-up for? For tea?
I don't know. No, it was for the Limmy show. I missed the answer to that.
That was to ease headaches and reduce fever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I've never seen a chrysanthemum herbal tea, so I imagine you have to get that. That's quite a dangerous thing at the moment, people touting teas as ways to solve illnesses with what's going on currently. It's obviously not a good idea to start saying that it's going to cure all ills when it's going to. So do be careful out there, everyone.
Be very careful.
Be, as questioning as we are of wheelofquizzes.com. When it comes to healthy remedies. So red bush tea I know this one. Red bush tea comes from China, Australia, or South Africa.
Oh, is it South Africa?
It is. We'll click on to see the answer. It is indeed South Africa.
Way.
Point for us. The first tea bags were A, made of silk, B, actually intended as sample bags, C, both.
What do you think?
I think both.
Okay, let's go with both.
Tea bags were quite, in the history of tea, I feel like came quite a bit after.
Yes.
So you would go, right, here's a, sample for you.
Yes, that makes sense.
If I was a historical tea person, that's where my thinking would be at.
I think that's very good sleuthing. Let's do it.
It is both.
Yes.
Oh, you're rubbing off on me, Becca. This is great. There's a new Sherlock in town.
There's room for two.
Yes, always. Now this is going to cause some controversy. The tradition of pouring milk into the cup before tea began because the tea is being brewed elsewhere, so we're fine. A, the cool milk would protect the porcelain cup from cracking. B, there's no need to stir with milk in first, or C, both.
I don't think it's always cool, right? Some people have warm milk. So I'd say no need to stir rather than cool, because I think that's a personal choice.
I agree. I got worried then because there's been much debate in my household about whether it's okay to put milk in with the tea bag.
Well, I don't see why. Are you going to reuse the tea bag, or is it a one-time only?
One time, builder's tea.
Oh no! Take the tea. Why wouldn't you take the tea bag out?
Right, no, so Jack will put the milk in and the tea bag in, and then pour the water in.
No.
It's this horrible grey colour until you stir it. Whereas I'm very much of the school of thought that you put the tea bag in, the water in, you brew your tea, then you add the milk.
Yes, I think it's okay to add milk to the cup first if your tea is separately brewed in a pot and you're adding it like additionally. But yeah, no, I think that's pretty outrageous. And also, you wouldn't get a proper brew, would you? If it was like, I don't think it would alter the boiling point of the water, which it like releases the tea infusion. So sorry, Jack, on this we disagree.
Yes, thank you. I'm glad you're on the same side as me with this one. I also read somewhere once that the fat in the milk can clog up the tea bag.
Yeah, I can see that.
Why does he do this? Just to torture me, I'm sure.
It's an outrage.
It's both. So to protect the cup and stuff. So
okay, well, there we go.
Fair enough. We learned. So this is a cool milk scenario.
This is a cool milk scenario. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So a milk-in first sort of person is thought to be A, practical, B, thrifty, or C, both. I feel like they were running out of steam.
Yeah.
Quiz.
Like, this is pretty subjective, isn't it? Why would it make them thrifty? Like, on what? A practical, I understand. Why would it be thrifty?
Less money on porcelain cups that have been cracking.
Yeah. I don't know. I would say practical, yeah.
Got to be. Otherwise, I am seriously starting to question. Both.
Okay, we'll move on. I've taken that blow, but I'm ready. I'm ready to bounce back.
We'll take that on the chin. But I don't know how many. Good God, how many questions?
How many?
Yeah, I'm gonna call this before we have to do the full. She's still scrolling. Scrolling.
Wow. Okay, well, why don't we do like three more?
She's hit 43.
Wow, that's. I was thinking like 10, maybe 20.
Yeah, I was thinking a nice round 20. I was like, that's good. 20 is good because it gives you enough time to redeem yourself. You don't want to call it too soon. So we've got 18, 19, 20. I'm going to pick 3 more questions at random.
Okay.
Because I'm going to be honest, they've got another fictional drinker of a tea question. So we've already done. So let's see. Oh, okay. Tibetans like to add blank to their black tea. A, milk and sugar. B, lemon juice and honey. Or C, yak butter and salt.
I would say lemon juice and honey because yak butter and salt makes no sense.
No, that sounds horrible. Lemon juice and honey. That's just going to be delicious. That's going to be a lovely cup of tea. Yak butter and salt, really?
That's insane. I don't know if you've heard about people putting butter in their coffee. Apparently it's like a metabolism thing to keep them more full. But like, I don't want butter. I don't want floating oil in my beverage.
That's literally the first time I've heard of someone putting butter in a drink.
Yeah.
Who does that? Did they run out of milk and go,
No, they call it bullet coffee. And they do that. But I don't know. Yak butter and salt. Come on, Tibet.
That's just distressing. So is this butter coffee something you've seen in Canada? Or is this something you've seen around the world?
It's something I've seen around the world, but specifically I heard about it from my cousin who lives in Australia.
Australia, I see.
Yeah.
Famous for their love of butter tea. I remember the weirdest thing I've seen an Australian do, which wasn't that weird really in hindsight, was fry an egg and put it on their burger. And they're like, this is what we do.
Oh, an egg on a burger is a great idea. Have you ever tried it?
Did I try it? I think I did. I think I tried it at the time. It was like a barbecue situation in a hostel in Edinburgh, of all places.
I like an egg on a burger.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good time. I see where they were going. Going with that. Okay. Let's go with this one. Dry tea should always be kept A, in an airtight container, B, in the sunlight, or C, under the sink.
Well, that one's easy, isn't it? So yeah. I think we can all agree it's under the sink. So, in an airtight container. I don't keep anything consumable under the sink, and I don't really know why. I just worry that the sink's going to leak or something.
Well, under the sink is the realm of bleach and cleaning products, surely.
Exactly.
And you end up using like one thing, forgetting that you ever bought polish.
And floor cleaner.
Yeah.
And bins.
Oh, fun. The fun.
Not a place for tea.
No room for tea there. So airtight container. Come on now. In an airtight container. Lovely. Some would say you picked an easy point, but
yes.
others would applaud.
How many points do we have?
We have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 11.
Out of
19.
Oh, we got to do one more. So, go on, let's do it for 20.
And I think we're doing quite well. Okay. Let's go with, the olive leaf tea comes from A, the Middle East, B, California, or C, Italy. These are the options.
That's really difficult, isn't it? Because it could be a number of those places. Olive, I think like Mediterranean Europe is very olivey, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Middle East olivey.
Yeah, they do have olives, but I don't know. I think of Greece initially when I think of olives, but California, I think oranges. Middle East, I don't know what I think. Delicious hummus. I want to say Italy, but who knows?
Let's go. Right, question 20. Our cards are on the table. We want one more point. We want to get to 12. Italy. It's Italy. Oh,
yes.
What a day to be alive.
Boom, shake the room. Tick, 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 boom.
I love it. Wonderful. 12 points. 12 points to the T&T team. Now, did we win the pub quiz round? I don't know, because I don't know who we're playing against out there.
I'm just going to say that we did win.
So we did win. We're all winners here. So if you played along, let me know how many points you got if you were able to follow as I went off on many tangents with the questions. I don't think I'd be a very good pub quiz reader outer.
Do you know who is a great pub quiz master?
You.
Danny.
Is he?
Yeah,
a man
very good.
Pub quizzed?
Yeah, he's very good at being the pub quiz master.
Oh, good.
He creates an annual Christmas quiz. Well, he's done it twice since we've lived here, but the last 2 years, an annual Christmas quiz. I can't say that. Christmas quiz. And they've been very, very, very good. So I'll let him know about the tea round. We'll have to introduce that next time. Also, I will say, everyone's all about a pub quiz at the moment, aren't they? Like, people are doing quizzes on Zoom and House Party.
Yes, they are. I've actually got a quiz booked in for this Friday with Jack's with my in-laws.
Wonderful.
So it's going to be fun. And I did one with work the other day. And we all did a round each. I did mine on movies, which meant that Jack wrote most of the questions. So I found it was really good. But I did not win. It's safe to say. I always get too excited in quizzes. I always get really adamant that I know the answer and I've got it completely wrong. Sometimes I get it right, but I think the overwhelming sense is that it's wrong.
Well, you know what? You can't be hard on yourself. Yeah. It's about the fun, isn't it?
It is about the fun. I did pretty well. There was a Disney themed quiz in Norwich that we all went to once called Quizney. That was very witty and did pretty well on that. That was good. Quizney. I had a surprising amount of Disney knowledge that I didn't realise I had. It's like a little superpower that only emerged after a few glasses of wine.
Well, what would be your university challenge topic?
Now I think it would still be, so I played Mind Master, a riff on Mastermind, which I feel is similar to University Challenge in that you have the one topic, and I did pretty well with the Discworld novels. So I picked that at the moment, general knowledge about the Discworld specifically. I almost made the mistake of saying that it was Terry Pratchett and then realised I was going to get a lot of questions about someone's birthday and hometown that I do not know the answer to.
Oh, yeah. That would be very difficult.
What would yours be?
Such a good question. Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Would you really?
I watched a lot of Buffy in my youth.
You know what? Did not know that about you.
I loved Buffy. I loved it.
Oh. I started watching Buffy quite late. I saw, when you do that, like I've done recently, I've been telling Becca that me and Jack have started watching Lost. I say started, we've got 2 episodes left. It's been a long lockdown. But so I started watching Buffy not that long ago, and I was like, oh God, it was good. It was quite scary, actually.
I think the first season is hard to get through in the 21st century. The first season I loved it, obviously, at the time, but from people that have gone back to watch it, who didn't watch it back in the 90s, have said the first season was a bit hard, but moving forward, loved it.
Good old Buffy.
Buffy.
When we next do a quiz, we'll make sure that the Discworld novels and Buffy feature, and then we'll get all the points. And everyone else will be like, what a weirdly specific quiz this is. Why are we here? That would be good. But thank you for doing the quiz with me, Beck.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Do you feel like I learned some things?
I feel like I learned some things.
Yeah, and I feel like I've got some more learning to do, like finding out about a bit more Japanese tea. I think that was quite overwhelmingly something I want to do.
Well, if they don't already have matcha and chestnut, they should start doing it.
They should try that combination. I might have a hunt when I try and find some tea samples online to sample. I'll see if I can find chestnut. Yeah, I'm gonna have a look for that. So lovely. So thank you, Becca, for coming on Pod of Tea again. We've got we did another episode. What was a while ago now?
It was. Do you know what? It was after my flight to the UK got cancelled because of the drones being flown over Gatwick, and then I had to go to Budapest, and then there was a bomb scare, and then Emma kindly picked me up from an airport that I was not scheduled to arrive in.
It was a jolly old time, and then I took my jet-lagged, heavily travel-weary friend and stuck her on a podcast.
Oh, I loved it, and we had a curry, and it was great.
Oh, so good. So yeah, that's one to listen back to if you fancy hearing about. Oh, it's quite the tale. It was brilliant. I'm glad this isn't happening to you right now, though. I'm glad that you're
Me too.
Having just a nice sit down and a cup of tea. But thank you for coming on, Becca. I'm sure I'll try and get you on here again in the future, because you're a hoot.
And tea cocktails have to happen. So
tea cocktails, yes. We were discussing what to discuss in the podcast, and we were saying tea cocktails would be a really, really good one to do. Having a very quick Google, I've seen there's some very delicious things you can do.
Yes. Well, perhaps when you're able to drink again, we'll do tea cocktails.
Let's do that. Yes. Let's. Oh, because that would be quite torturous, actually, to sit here and be like, does it taste nice? Great. That you're enjoying it. So yeah, when the baby's in the world, as opposed to my tummy, we'll drink some tea cocktails. So lovely. Thank you everyone for listening. I hope you're all staying safe and drinking lots and lots of cups of tea. And I will be back in a fortnight with a tea review. I think I'll do next. Another one from the tea cupboard. So until then, thank you, Becca.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.